Hello everyone and welcome to part 11 of the Definitive Wrestling Toy Belt Collection. This one's going to be a short video, but it's going to be an expensive one. So we start off with the LJN 1987 Titan Sports, made in Macau? Macau? Does that country even still exist? I'm not sure. Not a country I'm familiar with. But this is how it looks. It is hard plastic. There is no soft parts. I think this part is designed to go around like here. I'm not going to do it because this is a very, very expensive belt. Now, my one doesn't work, but you're supposed to be able to turn this all the way to the side, and then there's an image of Hogan. You can see a little bit of it coming through here, but unfortunately mine's damaged. That's the only one that I could get hold of, so very unfortunate. But look at the moulding on this. It says here, Bruno Sammartino, December 10th, 1973 to April 30th, 1977. Then Superstar Billy Graham, April 30th, 1977 to February 20th, 1978. So each one of these panels actually has the actual title lineage of the champions. And as you can see here, it says here in the centre, the World Wrestling Federation, Hulk Hogan, January 28th, 1984. Now, obviously, there was a bit of a difference between the point that this belt was released and when it was actually released in 1987. So obviously it was not 1984 when it was released. A lot of people that have these tend to be collectors, and they've got them still boxed, and you never actually get to see the back of it. So a lot of people actually think that this was made in 1984, and it wasn't. It was made in 1987. But there is contendership for this to be the first ever wrestling title belt. The other one is the 1987 Ralco WCW Championship, which you can see at the start of the previous video. So this is the first mass released belt. It was created by LGN and it was available in shops. You could go down to your Woolworths or your John Menzies and you could pick it up. Can't remember exactly how much it was. It was far beyond, way before my time. Probably before a lot of people's times. I don't know how many people would actually remember seeing something like this in the stores, but at the time, this was when the LGN figures were around, which were the solid one-piece figures, had no articulation whatsoever, but wrestling fans could get hold of them. But this, I really love the design of each of this, and that each part of this is molded. None of it is printed. They took their time and they really put a lot of effort into this. And you can see here that is the old 1984 Winged Eagle version that has the WWF up at the top here. The belt wasn't actually this shape. And actually, see when you turn the little thing, the belt that Hogan's holding is actually a different title from this one. So that's a little bit of a mistake there. But there we have it. That is the very, very original 1987 LGN World Championship. And now we move on to our second belt, which, weirdly, this is the cheapest one of the ones we're looking at, which is crazy, because this is 1988 Titan Sports. Now, as we do know, there was a 1987 WCW Ralco belt that was released before this, which was the same company. But this belt here, it is based on the 1986 World Championship, which was I believe it was the same belt that Hogan used when he was going to fight Andre the Giant. And Andre the Giant was going to have his own special giant belt, which was shown an interview on TV, but it was never actually used on TV other than that one interview. So that's a very, very cool looking belt because it's entirely unique. It's just like a large giant version of this version. As you can see here, it has the WWF with the little registered trademark logos on them. And yep, once again, if we look at the back here, this one's in fine condition. It's not bad condition, it's not good condition, but it's fine. It says, warning, do not wash, and made in the USA. And, surprisingly, they're the right way up. They're not printed upside down this time, as they would be much later on. So this here is the first event belt that you could get, which was 1988. Now, this next one is very special. This next one is arguably The most expensive belt that I've got is the crown jewel of my collection, and it is kept in bubble wrap. So we are going to show you this, because I actually know the entire story behind this. It comes with the original instructions. It comes with the original, what's this called? Velcro attached to it. And it's, you can see there's the instructions. And there's the, to receive a WWF merchandise catalogue, please send a request to this, Stamford in Connecticut. There's the catalogue request form. And this was available at events. Now, I'm taking this out very carefully, because I have never seen another belt. Like, I've seen this belt, but I've never seen one that is as white and pristine as this one. And what this is the White World Wrestling Federation Championship. So it says here 1988. As you can see here, it is pristine. It is mint condition. If you ever see this belt, it's always very, very rare. It's always very expensive. But the white is normally a different shade. It's normally a kind of yellow colour. And it's supposed to be like this. It's supposed to be bright white. This has never been played with. It was kept in an attic. Once again, it says made in USA, warning, do not wash. And when I bought this, I asked the guy to give me the story on it. And he said that he couldn't remember when it was, and we believe it was 1991, but he remembers when he bought the belt, he was a big fan of Ultimate Warrior, and the main event, it was in Manchester in the United Kingdom, and it was during the European Rampage tour. I think it was it 91? I think it was 91 that he said. But the main event was a body bag match between The Undertaker and The Ultimate Warrior. And this was them, they were... Undertaker obviously had his own special matches, like a casket match and this kind of thing, but the casket was obviously too big, too heavy to move it from America to Europe, and they weren't going to get in a casket for every single place that they visited. So they took this body bag instead, and the finish of the match is I think Undertaker goes for a tombstone. Ultimate Warrior reverses it. He does the big the grill press slam. He does the big splash, and then he rolls Undertaker into the body bag, zips it up, and then he wins. Ultimate Warrior's music plays. He runs off, and then Paul Bearer, he gets in the ring with the urn, holds the urn out, and then the body bag sits up, and that's the big shock moment of the match. So I think that was 91. It was in Manchester. It was in the European Rampage tour, and it wasn't televised. It was a house show, but that was them practicing. And although there's no footage of that match, there is footage of the same match happening with the same finish over in Germany, which is fan footage, because what they did with the house shows was they were testing things, they were practicing to see how people would look going after the title, how a match finish would work, how these different things would work. And that's where he bought this, and he was a huge wrestling fan at the time, and he bought it, and he took it up to the attic, and he left it there, and he forgot about it until I came along, and he put it up on eBay, and it was, you can see that it's rarely ever touched light, the light of day. It is absolute mint condition. I've never seen anything anywhere close to the conditioning of this, especially for the age it is, especially how rare it is. So this belt was made while Ultimate Warrior was the World Wrestling Heavyweight Champion, because when he was champion, he had a variety of different colours of belts. He had blue, yellow, I'm sure he had more. He did the same thing when he was Intercontinental Champion, and he won that belt off of Hulk Hogan at WrestleMania 6, I want to say. I think it was WrestleMania 6. I'm fairly certain it was WrestleMania 6. And that's when they made this white belt. But the belt wasn't actually released until after Ultimate Warrior had actually lost the championship. So in this white belt, it was only around for a few months. It didn't exist for very long, and WWE put it out. They had it at the shops. You could mail order it away, but they were more interested in selling this version, the black version, rather than the white version. And obviously by that time, the title had changed. It was no longer the 1986 version. It was now the Winged Eagle belt. So this is a hell of a collector's piece. If you've got one of these, it is history, because this belt was only available for sale for, I think, less than 6 months. And it was only a very, very specific tour that you could get it on. There was a very, very limited number made. And once again, it's very light quality, so it's very possible for it to be damaged or ripped or whatever. And a lot of kids that bought these just played with them because they didn't think they would be worth anything. And to get one that's this white and this pristine, I think this could very well be the only one of this quality in the world, because I have never seen another version of it that is this good. If anyone has, or anyone's seen anything that is even similar to this, do let me know. I'm always interested. But this is my absolute crown jewel of my wrestling belts. And to have the original instructions that came with it, and even the instructions, like, this piece of paper is, what, over 20 years old, at least? And it still looks absolutely perfect. You know, with the exception of this little cut at the bottom. Don't know what that cut was about. I think that cut might have been just, you know, something to do with where the Velcro was attached. But he says that when he bought it, like, it literally came with the belt like that, and just took the two of them, took them home, put them in his attic, and then forgot about it. And that's how we have this piece of history, which is absolutely fantastic and absolutely wonderful. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a like, share and subscribe. Do share it to all your friends. And if any of them have this belt, then you can go, wow, that's really impressive, because a guy on YouTube called The Grand Cat told me so. And leave a comment below. You've got a chance of winning a prize worth £100 if I read 3 of your comments. I read 1 comment a week. And I do try to respond to everyone. And if you want to talk to me directly, you can find me in the Discord in the description below. And I think that's going to be it for this video, folks. Only 3 belts, but we have a lot more of the WWF World Federation Champion belts to come. So I hope you enjoyed, and we will see you all in the next video. Goodbye, everybody.